Hi, so once again, Prem Sindhu and Dhyan Rajiv from Osho Himalayas. And today we're going to be talking about something which is very precious to us, very close to our heart. And I'd invite Sindhu to start to talk about this.
So, what are we going to talk about?
Yeah.
I think we're going to talk about Osho's. He says, "This is my meditation, the most fundamental process that he gave
Hmm.
that can not only transform you, but the whole humanity." And the Osho Mystic Rose.
Wow.
Yeah.
So Osho Mystic Rose itself is part of a category of a new term that Osho coined called meditative therapies. And maybe if you want to start telling us a little bit about meditative therapies, and then we build upon it.
So
Yeah.
I feel Osho is a genius, right? He brought meditation and therapy together, where in meditation, moment to moment you are encountering yourself, and these meditative therapies, they act like a therapy, meaning they free your repressed energies. Yeah,
Right.
they free up the unconscious, and therapy happens on its own. So as he says, it's like a self surgery
Hmm.
wherein you are the surgeon and
Right.
you are the patient both.
Right. Right. What I'll do is I'll take a moment to read out something which Osho has said about meditative therapies, and then we'll continue from there.
Oh,
Yeah. So I really like this piece, and when you hear something in Osho's words, it has its own beauty for me.
yes.
So he's saying, I'm giving you a very fundamental technique, fresh and unused. And it is going to become worldwide without any doubt because its effects will show anybody that the person has become younger, the person has become more loving, and the person has become more graceful. The person has become more flexible, less of a fanatic. The person has become more joyful, more a celebrant. All that this world needs is a good cleansing of the heart of all the inhibitions of the past. And I can't think of a greater time than right now when the whole world is going through quite a challenge at different levels, global warming, geopolitical issues, when this is something which we really need right now. So maybe you want to tell a little bit more about what exactly is Mystic Rose.
So, as I said, it is one of his key meditations.
Hmm.
It is a meditative therapy. It's a 3 week process
Hmm.
wherein the first week we are laughing, the second week is the week of the tears, and the third week is the week of silence. He called it the watcher on the hill. Yeah. So it is very much an individual process, but it is always done in a group as it works collectively.
Right.
Yeah, it's a pure energy process. There is no analyzing. You go beyond your analytical mind
Right.
and you directly go into the unconscious, and any experience that you have not lived totally, it leaves a scar or a wound in the unconscious. So these 3 weeks, you really have the opportunity to clean. It's like a deep cleansing and a healing process, you know, to live the unlived laughter, to really live your unlived tears and your unlived silence.
Right.
And as he says, you really touch that temple of your being.
Right. I mean, the way I feel and understand, and we've both done this particular process many times. Uh, and I mean, the way I see, there are layers upon layers of dust that we are holding, and in a way, laughter helps us cut through those whole layers of dust, and allowing something to sort of start to clear up over there in the first week. 3 hours every day for 7 days. And at times the laughter dies, but the group setting whole supports us to keep digging, keep going deeper, and cutting through those layers of dust, inhibitions, etc., which we are holding back. And similarly, in the second week, as we go into tears and weeping, and both the weeks, it's like for no reason at all we are laughing, and for no reason at all we allow the tears and weeping to happen.
Yeah, as he says, laughter is the best medicine. It has physiological benefits, it has psychological benefits, it has spiritual benefits.
Right,
It works at all levels.
right,
So first week is like digging, 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 and as you're saying, cutting like a sword, and actually connecting with our real laughter, with our inner joy
right,
that has been suppressed for
right.
lifetimes. Yes, we are not allowed to be happy. Yes,
Yeah,
in some religions, happiness is, joy is a sin, right? So, really, when he says every fiber of your being, it's
yeah,
pulsating with the universe, the beat of the universe, the joy, the bliss.
yeah.
You really experience that with the support of the group. It happens with the
Yeah.
collective energy.
As you speak, I'm almost feeling like a Zen monk and belly laughter happening and just
Yeah.
laughing for no reason
The
at all.
laughing Buddhas.
Yeah.
Yeah, laughter has been used in the Zen monasteries, in many traditions, in yoga.
Mm,
It is the best therapy.
yeah. There's also this one enlightened person who would to go around village to village laughing in Japan. Do you
Hote,
remember the name?
Hote.
Hote, yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I was trying to recollect.
He's talked about Hote.
Yeah. The only thing Hote would do is just go from one village to another, and his only message there was he would start to laugh, and everybody in the crowd would start to laugh with him. The very feeling of it is so.
Osho also said that laughter, is the best way to reach no mind, a very easy way to reach the no mind state,
That's right.
apart from dancing. If you're really total in your laughter, no thoughts, the mind just stops. You have the glimpses of
Yeah.
the no mind state.
And which is why the name Osho Mystic Rose, it's magical. Like, meditation is happening, you're just laughing, and all of this starts to land.
Yes.
Okay.
And also, if you can laugh at yourself, ultimately, laughing at others is easy, but if you get that knack of laughing at yourself, then the unconscious is not holding up and controlling you,
Yeah.
it's loose. You see your patterns, you see the stupidities, yeah. And ultimately, he says that life is a cosmic joke, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's also like once you laugh on yourself, you become more easy and
The
yeah.
ego can drop.
Yeah.
It helps in distancing from the ego.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So then moving to the second week, really, then yeah, as you I mean the way I understand again, being with weeping and tears with no reason at all. And the Osho's repeatedly reminding it's actually we are preventing them from coming out. We are sort of holding back. And we just have to allow. And there's a lot of anxiety, there's a lot of sadness, there's a lot of pain that we are holding back. And then with that, you can, as you release it, you can again release a even much more deeper layer of things that you're holding back there. And yeah, it's like taking a very deep shower and like really letting go of a lot that we are holding on to. Add anything to that?
Yeah, he says tears are more repressed. And he says that we are holding lifetimes of pain. Yeah. So all those scars and wounds
Mm,
of the past, we can really shut them away. And tears are the best way to
right.
cleanse your heart.
Right.
And we have a vast ocean of tears in everyone. And he says men and women have equal amount of tear glands.
Right.
Nature has not differentiated. But in most of the societies, weeping and crying is a sign of weakness, especially with men, that boys don't cry, men don't cry. But so many people come here and I have seen that they're longing to unburden the heart
Yeah.
and to let
Absolutely.
all that agony and pain be out.
Mm,
And this is such an environment, such a beautiful space that gets created in those 7 days where there's no judgments, where it's a safe space so everyone can really allow and give themselves that permission to let go of all the inhibitions, of all that they have been carrying in their heart,
Right.
to become lighter, to let love flow, yeah,
Right.
easily, open their hearts.
Actually, the way I feel the space which gets created, it's not just that the tears are welcome, they are appreciated. It's like you keep going deeper into it, and it.
Yes, and you'd never know from past lives what all things they just go without us even knowing. And in that collective space, in that environment, something magical happens.
It's true.
And this week is so deep, you can really have a profound experience because Osho says sadness has a depth, it has a being,
That's right.
and sit with it. And you actually be with your sadness.
Right.
You be with whatever is there inside. And sometimes it's anger or frustration on the above layers. And once that's released, you have the space to express whatever is there.
That's right.
Then naturally the tears can flow.
Yeah.
And then tears are not only of pain and sadness, you can go and experience different dimensions of tears.
Absolutely. You could even experience thankfulness, gratefulness, tears in prayer, or
Of
surrender.
joy, of love, yeah. So it's anything which is overwhelming when you feel really full.
Yeah.
And to experience those level of tears it's like, it fills you up.
Yeah.
It's so fulfilling inside. You feel whole, you feel healed, you feel fulfilled.
Yeah. And when it happens in a group setting, it sort of brings all of us so much closer. Like, the
Yes.
personalities at times feel like dropping, and you're just like there are so many hearts in the hall rather than any judgments
Yes.
or whatever. So,
All the hearts are beating together and connected. And we've often seen, right, that because there is no language involved, and those space when people share with each other, I mean, they create bonds of lifetime.
that's true.
Mm.
Yeah, bond with others and also bond knowing ourselves much more deeply, knowing myself more deeply is another dimension which comes up.
Living that love, yeah, that we all long for.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
No, these are beautiful. And then as we move to the third week,
Yes, then we have cleaned ourselves,
mm,
and then the space comes to reach your being,
mm,
where there's silence, where there is bliss, peace,
right,
and then the capacity to watch everything. So that's why he named it the Watcher on the Hill,
that's right.
as if you're sitting on the top of the hill. Yeah, and then, the world can go on. Whatever is happening, you're not identified.
Right.
And it's such a training for life. When I did my training for Mystic Rose, I really felt that this is like a training for life. If you can really learn that art,
Mm,
if you can really clean yourself, heal, and then naturally meditation happens, that watching comes. The capacity to watch and witness comes.
right. And then you can be anywhere in the world and you can still carry that piece of silence inside you, call it witnessing or sakshi, and then you can be in different situations. The movie outside keeps changing, but there is something inside which can sort of be watching it, and it can be, yeah, absolutely a skill of a lifetime. I wonder why they don't teach us in schools or colleges these things. Like,
Right. I mean, Osho has talked about that laughter could be introduced in schools, and children should be allowed and given that space. Yes, there's a space that gets created inside Mystic Rose, no?
yeah,
You become so natural, authentic. And then once this has happened, you go back into your life, you're more easy, you're more natural.
right.
Yeah.
And I'm just wondering, as we're talking about it, someone who's listening may think, sounds good. Okay, I can do it on my own at home, right? Why do I need to travel or go anywhere? So what's the difference like?
I think it cannot happen on your own alone because it needs the group energy
Right.
for you to be able to laugh for 3 hours and cry. Maybe you can, I don't know. But there is something happens in the collective energy, yeah, in the group.
Right.
I often say we are on the same boat, we are sailing on the same boat.
Right.
And one person can trigger another person's laughter, one person can trigger another person's tears.
Right.
So, yes.
And then there is a facilitator to create an environment to support that whole journey to take place. Yeah.
Yeah, the facilitator's role is important in case of holding the space, and also if the facilitator has himself experienced the mystic rose and he has himself gone into those depths.
Right.
So then through him, naturally that space can be created. So that is the difference. Of course, it is Osho's process. Yeah.
Right.
It's like any other Osho meditation. I don't know. There is a mystery about it, about the experiences that can come, the magic that can come. But yeah, the facilitator's experience, his space inside can support the participants.
And it's like, I mean, there are certain books in the past which have been referring to this as a magical rose or mystic rose or whatever. And I hear Osho saying that, I'd like each of my persons to do this process at least once. I think another occasion I heard him say that, the way Buddha gifted Vipassana to all of us, this would be Osho's gift for everybody. So Osho Mystic Rose is something which is his gift, and like I just read out, it can hugely change the world we live in as more and more people experience
he
it.
wanted more and more people to do it. That's why at Osho Himalayas we are offering it twice a year, and somehow we don't charge any fees for this course. Yes, this is the course that's so dear to our heart that you just pay for your stay, the type of stay you choose. Your stay food is included.
Right.
And yeah, we just share it.
Yeah, I think also the environment here, the hills, the mountains, the water, the nature that supports it. But in addition to that, when we have Osho dynamic meditation in the morning, Osho Kundalini meditation in the afternoon, and then, the Osho evening meeting at the end of the day, these three combined together, also support, going into this process together, and of course, when we feel like, especially for me, when I go and take a dip in the swimming pool, it's so healing. The Himalayan water, like it just like sort of reboots my system. And yeah, it's as you go, you keep cleansing and going deeper and deeper.
Absolutely. My experience too, being in nature and this pool, these mountains, the presence of these mountains, it works magic for this process and any other meditation here.
Right. Yeah, that's it about this. Is there anything else you want to add?
Yeah, for me, it is also an experience of Satyam Shivam Sundaram, the truth which you feel, which is beyond words, beyond language, and the goodness that comes with it, and ultimately the beauty within and without. I really had that feeling when I started doing this process a few times, and now for me it's in my being, it's in my cell. It's such a natural process. It's just being so human and natural, and that's what I like about it the most.
Yeah, I guess you definitely become more meditative, but also look younger. You become much more cleaner to feel, and maybe you spend less on cosmetics after that. So, okay, on that note, I think we'll finish. Thank you very much, Sindhu and Rajiv from Osho Himalayas, and we look forward to sharing more with you guys. Thank you. Bye-bye.